Okay, so welcome to today's lecture. I'm very happy to see you all. And because indeed, even last week I told that only students who are interested in this special, who are trying to do the special degree would suit this. For others, I think because it will be the last chance that they will be able to do it. Are you trying to do the special degree? No. Then why are you doing? Or maybe. But again, it only depends on your interest and what you're trying to do. But on the other hand, if anyone voluntarily want to take part in this lecture, be my guest. There's no info. You can study data analytics in accounting or package-based data analytics in accounting. So if you want to study that, you can come and you can take part as while you are doing that other subject with the permission from the van. I don't think they will come and sit here and study. So that's perfectly fine. But however, I was told today I was told that what would be the decision of the students even at that moment, not fully aware. But then what I was told is that they have merged that 16 these EXP batch with some other batch that I usually do in the unpaid one. But they rotated like a consultation with you. So I thought, but however, that we are different in different ways. Yeah. Still, I have not touched anything for you. First, I need to touch that and then focus you to that point, and then we can merge. So, likewise, I told you. So, there won't be any kind of loss for you. Okay, so I would like to welcome you all as well as who are taking part physically, right? But however, like whatever you do it to the max, right? Now, once you take a decision, you have to live with that decision. That's it, isn't it? That's the best thing in decisions. Once you take a decision, you live with that decision. But on the other hand, if you have, so what made you do this stuff? So I asked him, just that's not required. But again, very much welcome. Very much welcome, right? And you will understand a lot of things here. So I'll introduce the subject matter, which I did last time, but in there. And then we'll go into SPS and some other packages as well. Okay, so online participants, I hope you can hear us. You can hear us, no? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Right. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so let me take you to the LMS. So this your LMS on this 50 sheet. So this your LMS page, BSAA 32034 package-based data analytics 16D EXP. Right. So you can access all the materials here. I have already uploaded that. Yeah. So if you want to access any material, it's already there. Okay. And please let me know if you are unable to access this particular page. Please let me know. Is it accessible? Accessible now. So let me again take the honors to quickly go through again, the course outline and what we are trying to do and how we are going to do. Last week also I explained it, but let me again, because today now you are very sure what we are trying to do. At least you might be sure that you are going to do this. And let's see, okay, this is an elective as you know, and it's a 4-credit course. That means 60 hours of direct learning hours will be there. And what you're going to, what you'll be able to do after going through this course is this: you'll be able to analyze the data. Right? You'll be able to analyze any data particularly in terms of research and other limits. I'm going to take you a cost of analysis, start upon discrete analysis, correlation analysis, diffusion analysis. T-test one way and all like that, there's a cost of analysis. Again, the thing is that you don't need to remember any formula. Formula is use the package will come up with the answer. The only thing what you need to do is interpret. Interpret. So I'm going to teach you that very interesting examples. And at the exam also, what will be is that you'll be given the output, and the output, once you get the output, you will need to interpret it. Output must interpret. So the heavy lifting is done by what? Amount of record how? Right. SPSS is amount of record. All the current, the amount of record, but the output, the output interpret. You have to interpret that output. That's all you have to do. It's not difficult at all. So I even don't understand why these field statistics still using pen and paper, even calculator. Not the anything. I was in the stage second degree statistics going to win. Polycons later. Why are we wasting our time? Math till recent times, even the advanced level, did they allow a calculator? Advanced level calculator? No. A waste of time. Then not they shouldn't be giving a calculator. Now they should be given a tab. Isn't it? Because we have to use our brains for more important work. Not to make, of course, we should have the mathematical aptitude, but not in a comparative exam. If you are going to do all these sums and other these statistics that I'm going to teach you, right? Using a pencil and paper, how much time you will be wasting? Here, the only what you will be getting the output again. I'll show you that. And what's the without what will be doing is you will be interpreting the result and making a decision. So you are going to be decision makers. You will be making decision. I think the corporate governance lecturer taught you a very important distinction between governance and management. Is it the same thing? Governance and management is the same thing? No. So what's the difference? Just to take from the core area as governance. What's the difference? Governance is the direction. Management executes. Management executes. Management needs to execute that, put that into operation, do the heavy lifting, while the governance will be set in the direction and monitoring whether that management is doing it. Management that the other employees are doing. So likewise, here it's like more or less that you are the governance person. Right? The heavy lifting, the hard work will be done by the package. And you will be given the output. While you look at the output, you will be making decisions. So therefore, it's going to be extremely easy. Right. Something is going to be extremely easy because you are giving the output. The only thing what you have to do is you have to look at the output and what make decisions. So it's kind of a decision making role, and I'm going to teach you from A to this. Most important parts I'm going to cover. After that, you'll be able to understand any research paper and also to apply that in your own research as well. Right. So that's the overall objective, to give you a very good understanding on data analysis. Pattern-based data analysis. Again, you don't need to remember any formula, any equation for this. We believe, is it? Intricate formula, why you should remember it? On the first place, isn't it? Because brain is still, the brain is not made for retaining information. The last place that we should rely on to keep reliable information is the brain. Brain is not a reliable place to keep information. Then why we should use the brain? For to process information. Brain is for processing information, not to retain information. See, we might forget a lot of things. Isn't it? So that's what we have to keep in mind. Therefore, to make decisions, we have to use this package. Not to retain information, not to retain formulas, the equations that no one could. Why we should? So likewise, the overall objective then to do certain analysis and then report that to an audience, so you could make decisions. So these are the topics for almost mainly quantitative data analysis. So I'm going to teach you several packages, starting with a very interesting package called SPSS, which I think to a certain extent I told you, and I'll be extending that to data analysis, SPS. So I'm going to reteach you that particular aspect so you will catch it up very quickly. But I'm going to take you in a different dimension that in that course, research methodology course, I particularly focused on how to perform research using SPS. But here, not only research, I'm going to take you through data analytics using SPSS and other packages. So I'm going to teach you SPSS, then Stata, then Smart Field. Those are the three main packages, and if time permits, I'll also take you through a qualitative data analytics package called Envigo. There's a package called Envigo, don't worry about that if time permits. And also some time permits, we'll be doing some other things as well. Like, I don't know whether you have heard about a package called IDEA. If you are from an audit firm, you might have heard. IDEA is an audit analytics package. Anyone has got hands-on experience? No, don't worry. It's a very easy package. These are all package based. The name of this subject is what? Package based data analysis. So all the things are done by what? Whom? Package. Output interpret once you get the output, you are going to interpret and you are going to make it as managed. So that's what we say governance. You are going to do governance, not the heavy lifting. You are not going to do the heavy lifting, the hard work, the calculations all will be done by best right? So you need to remember the formulas now. Who could remember all those necessary formulas? What we need to understand what's the relevant analysis that you are to perform, then perform that, get the output and interpret and make a decision. That's what you are doing. Okay. Right. So these are the content in detail. And let me come now to the assessment. The assessment, the usual assessment. Again, to be very honest, I did not come up with this assessment. These assessments were prepared by experts who developed this syllabus, right? Sometimes, right? Almost 4 years back, and we are teaching. I know this to teach. So we did not prepare this, but again, it has almost all types of assessments. And yes, you can see there have been 5 lab exercises, and the weightage is 10%. And then there will be an individual report, and a group report, and a group presentation. Right. Then there will be a final exam. Final exam is a 3-hour closed book exam. So how we are usually doing that? Right. It can be done in 2 different ways. The final exam, the closed book final exam. One based on using a computer. But that's not possible because we don't have computers here to give you. We have computers, you can see that up there, but we can, it doesn't contain, it doesn't have what is this. Why not? Because they only install genuine original software. And SPSS to install is very expensive. So they are not installed there. So therefore, probably what we'll be doing is, in the final exam, you will be given computer outputs, that is, pickups, and we will be asking questions on them. That's, and I'll show you some past examples how we did. And that's about the final closed book exam. Ours, how many hours? Yeah, as you had needed, as we have research method. So that's what you are going to have. Primarily, that's what you are going to have. Then let's take now one by one. What are these individual assessments? So there will be 5 lab exercises. Of course, each day we'll be doing some lab exercises in a group basis, probably, right? As we did for, but now I think we might need to go on more hands-on, isn't it? I don't know how the people who are joining online are going to do that. Now, you are learning to take some other things. Yeah. So now I heard now it's 15 sessions that we have. 10 sessions to expanded to 15 sessions. And then I also went that, okay, 2 hours now going with them. Oh, my God. Oh, what do you mean? ඉතින් මෙතනත් ඒ වගේ දෙයක් තමයි මැරේජ් එකක් තමයි වෙන්න හදන්නේ. Maybe I have to think modus operandi. That means way of operation of you have to assess that. So because when I taught you in your research methodology as well as DBS, I did not directly apply what I do in the other class. Yeah. So you fetch there's parties outside the country. So therefore we have a different way of doing things. But let me see it have the least impact, least discomfort. Because I could understand. I'm teaching last 20 years, so I can understand what are the students' difficulties and the settings. I'll be very careful to handle that situation in a more human way. Maybe it all depends on how many students want to take work and then work, right? So I think we have about 4 students here, and then there are about 5, 6 students. Again, yeah, 4 students there, so it seems 6 are there, 6 are there. 6 students there, 6 plus 4 is 14. This is students there. I don't want to mix you with that. You want to. Our generation group paper have an order. But I don't want to do it. We try to see if we can. I know. Listen, I can understand. So let's see. So therefore, rest assured, when I'm going to group 2, you will be taken. And we'll also see how we can. Yeah, we do understand there are some people who are from the road. Therefore, last two is we're going to be a bit tricky. What we try to see to make things right. Organized. We take it over. And let's try to do it in cases where you will be good. Right, you are right. After that, let them be there and do it. So that's that, and the individual report is of course an individual report. I said that. Yeah, you have to talk with a small case where you'll be developing with bogus data. It's up to you to take the data. Then in the group one, what you need to do is you will have to select a question and help you how to take a questionnaire. Then apply the questionnaire, get data, analyze, and come into conclusion. That's the group is. And the same group report look at person. as we did in DBS, there's not going to be two assignments on the group assignment. There will be, of course, two components, but the same assignment. Now, group assignment question from a research. That was the research question. It was a data collector. Right? It was a analyzer. It was a report data. The all of these are over here, present. So that's it for the two. Don't worry about that. I'm going to guide you and I'm going to give you examples and I'm going to show you what the earlier batches of the students has done. They enjoyed that very much. We'll see and really open up everything. So I have least. So what I try to do is not to use it as to not give marks, but to give you experience how to do the real data. Okay, so that's about these components. So rest assured, don't worry. We'll try to manage it in a way that you will enjoy the things and you are going to understand and apply. Okay. So that's about the course outline. Any questions would you like to clarify? Course outlining again. That the assignments again, do you have any questions? So I would like to. I'm not going to make any groups. And your back. I don't know. Like what we are trying to do is see how much or how many on time we get. And based on that, we'll decide online. Okay. Then now let me tell you how to get this PSS package. Now that's the next important thing. And in fact, if you have purchased it, you have to pay about $297. 300 is around 90,000. 90,000 is going for me. Okay, I'm going to give you the word as you know that. Certain countries, so be careful. I was contacted with countries in this piece is already installed. Seems fucking good. Yes, you should. Okay. Although it's working here, it's not broadcasted. Broadcasting. Broadcasting up. So you can see that once you go to this species folder, you go to 16D, that's the course outline here, and then you will see that there's folder as a species. You click on that, and then you will see that there is, you could download a species via, and please go and download it from. And it has all instructions to it to install a species 23. So I think you can't get issue. So if you do have any issues, you can ask. This is a very stable package, and now the going version is species 29. So this 23, but almost both are same. Not like Office. Office, there are big differences. Windows, there are few differences. But when it comes to species, there's no much difference. So 23, 26, 27, 28, 29, whatever. So if you have already 23 installed, that's good enough. Perfect. So that's how you can get the spaces, and you can install spaces and use spaces for your analysis purpose. And that's required by next week. Please do install spaces and bring them to the class. Right? Hopefully. But next week, I think we are not having lectures. Right? I was told that we are not having lectures because of SUC. We are celebrating the SUC. So therefore, we are not going to have lectures. So, but probably we might have an online lecture. Close to power. Now we are going with some other question. Yes, we have. But by then, please install this, and if you do have a problem, please let me know. I'll recommend you to install this piece. So that's how you could get a space. Okay. With that, then let's go back to our course page, main page, and you can see. Here on the week 1, you have a lot of files. Out of it, I am going to use session 1 introduction. If you do have, you can download session 1 introduction of the these work today. And then I'm going to introduce the spaces and teach you how to do certain things in a space. Right? Not difficult at all. Which I already have told you, but again, I'm going to remind you how to use the spaces with different examples. Or maybe I take the same one. So it will be a revision for you. So please download it and open it. So if you want time for that, please take your time. Please download it and open it. Right. So you can see it's open. You can see package-based data analysis. So this session number 1 and a very important session, which will be elaborating the basics of SPSS, which will be a revision to you, because I myself is this pieces, but again now it's more hands-on and it's required to understand this. So these are the things we are going to discuss on the basis. You can see, first of all, you can see the introduction, then the data editor, data preparation, the output file, data files, which you know already, but I'm going to explain that to you again a little bit. Then the analysis. I'm going to teach you all kinds of analysis. You can see descriptive analysis. So under the frequency analysis and measures of central tendency, measures of distribution, measures of dispersion, measures of location, what are those things? Basic examples we are going to understand, and also graphical analysis under descriptive analysis. That's what we are going to discuss. Then correlation analysis, regression analysis, then t-test and one-way and all, factor analysis, and then even non-parametric analysis. We'll be discussing all these things with basic examples, and it will have a full focus coverage. And after that, I'll be teaching you, after finishing a spaces package, I'll be coming up to a package called state, which is more advanced. And then I'll be coming into structural equation modeling using smart fields. That's a different package where you can do some modeling. Very complex relationship would be just smart fields. Quite smart. Okay, so those are the things that we are going to discuss under this course. And first we'll be starting again with SPSS, and I will give you a basic introduction on SPSS, which you already know. But again, let me take some time to teach you that. Okay, now these are some statistical packages. SPSS, R, Stata, Minitor, and EViews, Statistica, likewise, there are different packages. These are all called statistical packages. Now, SPSS is an acronym, an abbreviation. So, SPSS stands for what? Statistical package for, you all know that, statistical package for social. Then R is there, it's an open source package, Stata, Minitor, SAS, System, Statistica, likewise, there are different packages. Then the question comes, which I already asked you, and you get into the answer those days, but again, I'm going to ask you, see whether you can do. SPSS. There are other packages, but why we are using SPSS? Why are we teaching SPSS? SPSS. But R has only one letter, and it's open source, that means it's completely free of charge. Then why are we studying SPSS? Any guesses? It's more user friendly and easy to understand. More user friendly. R is open source, it's free, but to understand that takes time. Now, for an example, if I want to go from here, right, for PD, well, and I want to go to Peda, how can I can walk? The bucket not directly. Likewise, to do a statistical analysis, there are different tools. Some tools are extremely easy to use. Some tools are extremely difficult. It takes time. Package package. It's difficult, tough. So what I thought was, why should I bother my students with unnecessary details or unnecessary? And take you through the Baki vector again. That's what I find here. What we were to ask you to walk through Pega. I thought of taking you through EN. Just this. Why should we use that? So that's the reason. So if we can go to a certain point directly, why we should go in a very long way? So that's I call efficiency as well as effectiveness. We have to be efficient and we have to be effective because we don't have all the time in this world to understand learning. We have short time. We have to apply our knowledge, right? What we have. So that's why we are studying SPSS. Yes, you are exactly correct. Out of all these packages, that's the most convenient, easy package to learn and master. As well as it's a very powerful package. So, question number one is that why SPSS? Because it's the easiest package to learn. Then next question. Question number why Excel? Excel, Microsoft Excel. So much why? But Excel is not listed. Excel why Excel is not listed in this list? Because with all due respect, Excel is not what? A statistical package. Excel is what? A general purpose spreadsheet package, which has some statistical capabilities. It has some statistical capabilities, but it doesn't. It's not a statistical package. Excel again, statistical package. It has some statistical capabilities if you, in fact, evoke the data analytics tool back. You have to do some, do some small changes or involve certain things, then it will come. But again, that also doesn't have all kinds of things that SPSS could do. SPSS can do a range of analytics, number of analytics, but Excel can. Even the limited, there's a limited function. Other things, why not Excel? One, it has a lack of capabilities compared to SPSS. SPSS is a top to work. Excel it does improvement statistical analysis current. Because it's not a statistical. The other reason why we are not using Excel is the other reason is the answers that you get is not precise compared to Excel. In Excel, you don't get that much of precise answers. In SPSS, you get very precise, very correct answers compared to Excel. In Excel, the preciseness is not that high. No, there are two reasons why we are not using Excel. Right? One is that there's lack of capabilities compared to SPSS. Capabilities are doing the Excel work. දෙවෙනි එක තමයි ඒ කරන අනිසල accuracy එක Excel වල accuracy එක. Right? Those are the two main reasons why we are not using Excel. One, Excel has less capabilities compared to SPSS. That's number one. Number two, the accuracy of the Excel results is low compared to Excel. So that's why we are not using that package. Excel. So what's SPSS? You already know it's a statistical package. It's a statistical package. So SPSS is a powerful statistical package. Right? It can do statistical analysis as well as data management and formulate it as a graphical environment. Now R does not have a graphical environment itself. You are write commands. R all the commands clear. Right? That's good for programmers, isn't it? Are we programmers? No. We are not programmers. How can we remember that old programming language for our language we are understand? But in SPSS, we don't need to. It's a graphical interface there. So, like if it's a Windows-based system, so of course, if you want to program there's syntax as well, you can use that, but you don't need to. So that's why we are using SPSS. Then, how can you enter data into SPSS? There are two main ways. Number one, you can open SPSS and you can enter data. Like you do in Excel. So what you can do? If the data is already there in Excel, what you can do? You can import that data into SPSS. Excel will then you can import. So likewise, I think one students. So you can directly enter data into SPSS, and of course, so you can import data that's in Excel into SPSS. And I'll show you both how to do that. Then how to start SPSS. Now you can see I have done only one line. That means now we have to take down notes. And next day I encourage you to bring your own computer. You don't print that, no problem. You can share it. So that's fine. I encourage that. If you all can do that, that's fine. But again, it's at least 1% bit that's done. So if you are going to do that from now, I don't know how lecture will be structured in future. Because sometimes if the student population is too high, then we doing this lecture online. Tomorrow, all three are taking this lecture for the same day. Package based data analysis and doing 3 batches completely online. Now one page is where they are going to merge that picture. But you have to merge it. Okay. Right. So yeah, I don't know how it will be conducted, but I encourage you to do it with me. Bring your computer so you can take one computer, me as two, and then you can do the things which are you go into your mind. Then of course the recording is going to be there. So therefore take down notes now. From here onwards, please take down notes and let's see how to open SPS. So there are different methods that you can use to open SPSS, and I teach you the most easiest method to open SPSS. Now to open SPSS, first of all, you should have done what? SPSS open करने का नहीं पता करना चाहिए नो install करना चाहिए install करने के लिए क्या है ये फिर आप अपने download करना और फिर वाली के install करना just install करना right after that you can open it I will show you. The easiest method is this. I'll show you. You go to the Windows search. You can see it. Windows search button. You go there and type SPSS. You type SPSS over there, and if SPSS is installed, it will tell it's there. Probably if you had installed 23 or 26, you come over here and you can click on SPSS. So that's how you can, that's the easiest method. You can open SPSS. So you can take out, go to the Windows search button, type SPSS, and then select SPSS. That's the most convenient and the easiest way to open SPSS. So let's see how to open SPSS. Okay. So here I have 26. Even 23 is fine. I'm just not open 26 because I'm having that package. Or whatever that you have. So it's getting open. So it's a large package, so it will take some time, and you can see when it's opening, it shows that there is what the sigma sign. That's the SPSS sign. It's open. And it's a large one, so it will take a little bit of time. Okay, example. Still open. This is called a splash screen. APN is splash screen. It just says SPSS statistics, IBM SPSS statistics version. Now we will check. In your case, it might be version 23. Right? Version 26, 27, 28, 29, whatever it is. Right. Perfectly fine. So then comes, that's a splash screen, it automatically goes by itself. Splash screen it was taken by now. Then vertical accelerated splash screen under the splash screen. It was a query window. This is what is query window. Query. QUERRY. Query window. Query Prashna Karana. Maybe that's what we need to do. The query. So it gives us options. In the query window, you can see here, it asks, okay, do you need to open a new data set? Or do you need to open some recent file? In your case, if you have installed it first time, there's no recent file. Or some other things. But usually what we do is we close this. Here, you can see. So the line path which you might not see, so I'm going to show you. You can see there's a button. Close it. Not necessary. You just close that. And then you will see the SPSS interface. Now we call this window. Once you open SPSS and close that query window, you will see a window. That window is known as what? You should tell me. Earlier, What? This is another class I told you. What's that? What's this called? This is called data editor. What's this called? Data editor window. This window is called as data editor window. Can you see in the top it's there? Then the data here. Data editor window. Data editor window. And if you look closely, the data editor window has two sub windows down. Clear? Model value data editor window is sub windows දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Variable view and the data view. Clear? You can see that there are two sub windows, data view and the variable view. So the data editor window has two sub windows. So maybe what I do is I will now share the screen. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I'll open the board. Yeah. So, next. Yes. So that was the data editor window. That's called the data editor window, isn't it? The data editor window has two sub windows. What are those? What are the two sub windows? What is what? Data. Other one is what? Variable. Right. In SPSS, if you are trying to construct a data set, you have to start it. Like SPSS in data set, if you are going to build the data set in SPSS, you have to start it. Data variable. Why? Because you have to define certain variable properties. You have to give the name of the variable, all are given. So keep in mind, you start with variable view, number one, and then you will go to data. So that's how you have to do this. We start with data view, variable view, and then you will be going to data and enter data. So what you do on the variable view? So that's simply you will define. So let me take another shot. Define variable property. Define variable properties. That's what you do on the variable view, like name of the variable, name, type, then several others missing values like this. You can define a lot of things, etc., etc. There are a lot of other characteristics you can define variable properties. Then once you define that, you will come to the data view and enter data. So this view to enter data. Right? Now enough data. Now we put this into practice. So that's where if you had computers, that's better. But don't worry, go home and do this. And if you encounter any problem, please bring it next time. And then we practice. And this lecture is also recorded, it seems, so therefore you can watch that again. Right? Okay. So now let me again go to minus. Desktop. Desktop. Now let's go to the PowerPoint slideshow. So I have already taught you what's this data given variable. And now let's go to this data set. Fast, isn't it? Fast. So here you can see now there's a data set. Can you see a table? It's called employee data, isn't it? Table available on it. What are the over there? Look at this and tell me how many variables are there? How many variables are there? How many cases are there? Observations are there, and how many variables are there? Variables here and there are the observations here and there. Then how do we need to go to the okay, so I put full screen. Right. So how many variables are there? Good, I'm getting the correct answer. One student is already giving the correct answer. Perfect. How many variables are there? 8 variables. 8. Why 8? Here you can say employee number, first page. It's also a variable because it varies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Employee number, name, age, gender, mental status, satisfaction, number of children, date given the company, all are called variables. But what's the variable? The variable is something that varies. Is our age a variable? Yes, because it varies. Our gender, is it a variable? Yes. We have different genders. Height? Yes. It's a different difference. Likewise, we have these variables. Right. Now tell me, how many observations are there? The variables are not there, right? You all got the answer correct. How many observations are there? Or cases are there? 5 cases. These are the cases are there. It can be students, it can be companies, it can be dogs, cats, or what. Who's the Puluan? Right? Ballu the Puluan, Balan the Puluan, only a pet. Okay, go out the guy, I think a cat feed you on the other. You will either up to the other, only the cat feed. You mean the Pusu Tino? So 1 to 5, right? Then the next thing you have to understand is, so you are absolutely correct. You have 8 variables and 5 observations. Perfect. Then the next thing what you have to understand is something called coding. Now here, rather than writing female and male, we can write what? 1 and 2. We can say, okay, female 1, male 2. There's no order. This is just to give what? And now. So these variables are called as what? Gender. Nominal variables. These are called nominal variables. Nominal. Nominal variables. You can give only a name. Now gender is their order. Can we say male higher, female low, or female higher, male low? No. It's very discriminating, isn't it? Can we take religions, 4 religions, and can we say this religion is higher than that? No, I should be a utter mad person tell. Is it? So what I could tell is, I can put a number. That doesn't have, in fact, an order, just a number to this. These are called nominal variables. Eye color. Now some people have black eyes, some people have brown eyes, some people have blue eyes, some people have green eyes. Can you say the blue eye people are better than the black eye people? Or can you say the skin color? Skin color, the white people are better than black people like me, or brown people like me? No. We never could say that. We can just give a number to them, not to say that something is better than other, but just to denote. We call that coding. You can get coding. Can you see? Gender का नंबर निकाल कोड करते हैं female 1, male 2. Gender. The marital status also I could give married 1 and married 2. Marital status. Married 1 and married 2. So here you can see you are giving just a noun. That's what code. Here again, I think I myself taught you that you can come up with 3 types. Right? What are the 3 types of questions? The wrong like that. Remember I told you about Likert type question. Likert type question. Like what? 1 to 5. 1 is what? I distance. Then 2 is what? Distance. 3 in cube. 4 else. Then 5 I. Likewise, now you can see here. You can do a Likert scale. Now the satisfaction is in a Likert scale. Highly dissatisfied, neutral, and things are there. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it a big deal? No. You can give 1, 2, 3, 4. So likewise, we can give coding, and the number of children is there, the turn of the company is there. Right. Now we shall try to construct a data set using this data in SPS. Of the one SPS is the target data set that create current form. Right? Shall we do? I wish that you also have a computer and do that, but don't worry, go home and do this. And that will give you the experience. And then after that, I'll do an exercise that you can exercise and see whether you can. Not a big deal, it's an easy one. Right. Okay, now let's do it together. Let's go to SPSS. Let's go to SPSS. Okay, SPSS is there. Now I told this is the data editor window and it has 2 windows. First of all, we have to go to which view? Variable view or the data. What are you going to do now? Variable. And define the variable property. How many variables are there? How many variables are there? 8 variables are there. For 8 variables, you have to give the name and other information. So we'll do that together. Right. Okay. So let's take one by one and please make sure that you are in the variable view. I'm going to go to variable view. So you are in the variable view. Now let's see how to define variable properties. The first property is what? The name form. Can you see that? When you can come to or the top keep you can see that. You know it? Okay. So name. So what's the first variable? Employee number. So let's give for the name, give a very short name. Label label name So usually what I do is I'll give it in all simple letters. I'll use short name like NO. No dots, nothing. Just I'll say NO. That's all. Because the label here, there's something called label. I can give a lengthy name. Name, use short name. Then you go to type property. First one is what? The name of the variable, which I gave NO for employee number. And then type is what? There are different types. If you go and see, you can see that there's a small button here. Button. A button is a click around, types there. But usually you will use 3 types out of this list. A list make 3 types of use. What are those? Numeric type for numbers, then string type for text like the alphabet, ABCD. ABCD is on string or it can even date type. We are going to use all these 3 types in this example. Right. And what is employee number numeric the string the dates. What that? Numeric. Because it's a number. So leave it as it is. Default so default is numeric. Then we don't worry about that. Decimals, do you need decimals? Other employee number decimals there. You don't need decimals. If you want, you can have decimals, but you don't need decimals. So you can make decimals 0. You can make decimals. Then label. On label, then there is a bigger label. Now give a long length. Like you can say employee number. number. Employee number you can. Okay. So you specify certain character, other characteristics I'll teach you later. So is the key characteristic of a employee number, right? So you specify the name property, type property, decimal property, and the label. So far, I'll teach you other properties a bit later when time comes. So what's the next variable? Variable. Name. Is it name? So you can go and specify name. Name. Name, what's the type? Numeric. Name. Name become what? Numeric. No. String. Very good. Should be. So, right. The default comes numeric. Default again numeric. Method again select number. String because name you are giving as an alphabet. Therefore, you are going to string and press OK. So you got string. And for names to be decimals, no, it's automatically 0. Now what are decimals name? Then you can tell here label is what? You can say employee. And ask me any question. Right? And those computer you can do it together. Right. You have specified the second variable as well. Then comes the age. Isn't it? Our data set variable age. So we'll specify age. Same variable. String numeric or date. So leave the default as it. And if you want, you can have decimals, although the decimals are not there, but you can have decimals. So you can give as it is. And then you can say employee age. So you specify 3 characteristics, the way the characteristics of 3 variables. Then let's go to next one. What's that? Gender. Gender. So we can say gender here. Gender now, be careful. Now are we going to type male, female? So let's keep it as new one. Because we are going to give 1 and 2. 1 for female and 2 for male. So we can leave it as it is. So do you need decimals? Now 1 male, 2 female. Can we have 1.5? Oh, we cannot have 1.5. Yeah, so it could be either male or female. So you don't need decimal. So let's make decimal 0. And you can say employee in. Select. Now we have given a code, isn't it? Code there to the name. Okay. Female lang male lang then after computer now we coded, right? I think you can remember here, we coded female 1, male 3. But now we have to tell that to the computer because SPSS is a dumb program. It doesn't know what's 1 and what's 2. We have to tell that. Doesn't have even AI. We have to tell that. How to tell that? So you can go back to the data set. You can go back to the data set. And now you can see there's a property called values. You know the values click OK. Under gender a value there value. Now go to that particular property or gender under values, and now go here and tap on this small button. There's a button in there. Now we can say, okay, value 1 is what? Like 1. And then you can say 1 is label is what? Female. Value 1 is female. Value 1 is female. Value 1 is female. And here you can add. And currently, one is female. And number 2, got A. Who is male, and you can add that as 1 male, 1 female, and 2 male. There is no order. You can give any order. And instead of 1 and 2, you can even use 0 and 1. No. Just give 2 numbers, tell what's the. So now computer knows 1 is female and 2 is male. Then computer does know 1 can male, 2 can get female. So we specify, and you can press OK. Male, female, now computer knows what's male and female. So now you know value property. The value property, what you are going to do? You are going to give the codes. Value property can derive by codes. Okay, then let's go to the next one. So you can see marital status. Marital, the marital. Correct. So you can just say marital, and again, is it numeric? Yes, it's numeric. Why? Because you are going to say you are going to give a code, married 1 and married 2. So since you are going to give a code, leave it as numeric. And do you need decimals? If married is 1 and unmarried is 2, can there be 1.5? Not for all. Married the regular number of but here, no, there cannot be decimal. There cannot be 1.25. There cannot be 0.5. There could be only 1 or 2. Therefore, we don't need decimals for this, so we make it 0. Then we type now as the label marital status. Marital status. Now, do we need to tell the computer what's 1 and 2? Yes. The computer doesn't know. Tell what's 1 and 2. So then, on the values, you can say one is married, 2 is 100. Likewise, you have to tell the computer what's 1 and what's 2. Because earlier it was male and female. Now it's married and unmarried. So we have to tell them. Then you can press OK. Now the computer knows what's 1 and what's 2. So we have specified the properties for 5 variables. Now we have the 6th variable. 6th variable is what? Satisfaction. Again, give us simple short name as satis. Rather than typing satisfaction, I will say satis. Again, yes, it's numeric 5. We are going to do Likert scale 1 to 5. Do you need decimals? Yes, you can have decimals. But satisfaction from 1 to 5, it can be 1.25, 1.3. So likewise, decimals are allowed. So you can keep decimals if you want. No worries. So there you can say what? On the label, you can say what? Employee satisfaction. Now, do you need to specify the values? Yes or no? Yes. Because the computer doesn't know what's 1, what's 2, what's 3, what's 4, what's 5, what's 5. So you have to tell. How to do that? You go to value property and you tell. So how to do that? You go to this value property. Value 1 is highly dissatisfied. Number 2 is satisfied. Number 3, neutral. Number 4, I will tell you what number 4. Satisfied. Then number 5, I. So now the Likert scale is given. Now the computer knows what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Isn't it? Now press OK. So start. What's the next variable? All the variable. Yeah, we enter number, name, age, gender, like we go again. Then now the remaining variable. Number of children. There are 2 variables that are remaining. So it's children. So we'll go to the data set. Right? PSS, not the data set, PSS. And we will specify here child. Children. Now, of course, it's numeric. It's numeric. And you need decimal. I can put on the 1.5, 1.25. You have to bad. Those you don't need decimal. I negative in our online. Now, for the pregnant 1.2, we have a key under there. Right. Okay. Let's say children. Number of children. Number of children. So there you don't need values. You ask in number of children, it's to be so you don't need a variable for it. Right. Then what's the last variable? Date. So you can give date. Date. And there it's what? What's the type? Numeric the string the date. Date is date. So we'll take date type. See, you can select date. And then when you are going to select dates, it gives a date mask. There are the date mask here. Mask. There are different masks. So I prefer this one. I have given a name. dd dot num dot y and 1. I prefer that one. I don't know why, but I like it. There's a reason for that, but again, just because of SPSS version 16 that could accommodate this type. Still, I'm using that type. Okay, but now it's 23, but still I'm using that. That's why you should not get used to certain things. But again, you can use this. dd dot mm dot y. dd stands for the day, mm stands for the month, and y stands for what? Yeah. So now you have specified that property as well. So it's basically not applicable. You can say what's that? What's that variable? Date join the company. Can be the same thing. Date join. Okay. So again, you don't need any values for that. Is that clear? What did you do? You specify the variable. Very good. Now in Excel, do you need to do this? No. You can just enter data. So that's why it's a highly disorganized pattern. You will see, because you give this information, it's very organized. The species exactly knows what the type. Okay, good. Now some more properties. Now here you can see there is column. Here property appear. That's a column. Then how you don't need to do that. I will take now if you go to the data view, see all columns. Now if you go to the data view, you will see the column headings are the variable names. How does it know? Because we specified. Among here then it's calling it a variable view. Variable view in the right. I've specified the properties. Now I'm going to go to the data. Go to the data. Then you will see all the variable names. That's it. Number, the employee number, name, age, like that it's there. But you can see employee number to which you don't need that. So you can reduce that. Maybe you can go to variable view and you can reduce that to 2 digits. And see what happens. Now when you go to data view, you can see it's narrow. Yeah. So that's what we call column. The variable view, you can specify the length of a variable. So that's another problem. Then you have the alignment property. Alignment means in the cell where you are going to have the data. Now, for an example, if you say right, now there are 3: left, right, and center. Now, if you make it something to the center, then the cell it will appear in the center, or left or right. Likewise, it's that. Right. Okay. Good. Now, shall we enter the data based on that? So you can go to the data view. Make sure that you are in the data view. Go to the data view, and now you can start entering data. So you can see that in the data set, the employee number is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there? So let's go to the data set and enter it. Let's say number 1, 2, 3. So it's once you specify the variable properties, now you start entering data. Then you can go next again, and you can see the names A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, and E. Then age 27, 31, 35. 27, 31, 35. 58, 56. 58. Simple as that. The gender, are you going to type female, male? No. You are going with the number. Female, male, so first is a female. So you are going to go and type 1. Then other 3 are males, 2, and the last person is the female. Understood? So I just give that. Then marital status. First 3 are married, the last 2 are unmarried. So first 3 should get what number? 1. Married term 1, unmarried term 2. 1, 1, 1, 2, and 2. Satisfaction level. Satisfied, what's the number? Critical skill 4, is it? Then highly satisfied. 5. Highly satisfied 5. Then neutral 3. Then dissatisfied. Dissatisfied 2. Innerly cuts. And highly dissatisfied. Then next one is number of children 1. The blank 0. And the date, we will specify the date as well. 2/11/1985. 2 12/11/1985. Then 16/11/1986. 16/1986. Then you have 1/12/1975. 17/11/1977. Okay. 10/11/1988. Okay. Is specified the dates. Why I put a dot? I dot there because that's the mask I select. If I select a mask, that's it. You have created good details. Now what you have to do? The more save. How to save? Write down small saving the species data. Like I put a small topic. Saving the species data. Saving a species data. Saving a species data. How to say this? As you do, as in any Excel or Word file, this package, you go to File, File, put a small error, File, put error. Then save. File, small arrow, save. File save. So click on that. So it will then ask where to save that. Wait a minute. For some reason it takes. So then you can save it anywhere you want. I prefer to save it in the desktop. To save it anywhere I want. I'm going to from here, from this panel, I'm going to select desktop and anywhere that you want. I'm going to the next second. Desktop maybe you might have gone for. It takes some time in my case. Explore it. Likewise, navigate and save in the correct place that you want. And you can see while it's going to save, you can see the extension of a file is .save. The Excel file extension of what? .XLSX. Document extension of what? .docx or doc. Likewise, when it comes to an SPSS file, the extension is what? .sav. Just keep that in mind, right? The data file of an Excel, the extension is .sav. And yes, finally, I got my desktop and I have a folder for temporary and there. And then I'm going to give a name here. You can give any name. You can say employee data. So just give the name as employee data. For any name, I'll say employee data 1. If you want to give your own name, your meaningful name, employee data, and the extension is given. The extension is .sav. Specify the name over here and press save. Once you press that, you can see that another window opens. This is called the output file. Now you can see on the Windows menu bar is Take up page. You can see. You can click on this sigma sign. It shows two windows. One is the data file that you just created. Then the next one is the output file. In SPSS, the output is saved in a different file. In Excel, is it saved in the same file? Yes. Excel එක ඔක්කොම output එක දාලා තුනකට වගේ එකට දාන්න දානවා. But in SPSS, it's in a separate file. So that's called the output file, and that's what open. Economic and open mode. You see? Why it open? Because it has recorded the command that we passed. What was the command that we passed? Save command. So it has recorded. Can you see that? Save the file in this particular. It is. So likewise, in the future, all the output that we create, like pie charts, then bar charts, and maybe tables, all things come there in the what file? Output. And remember, you have to save this file. A file is saved. Data file is saved and not output file is saved. So let's see how to save this. Again, very simple. So you can take down a small topic, saving the output file. Saving the output file. So how to save the output file? Very easy. You go to file, save there, file, save. File save. Here, file save. And then it will ask okay. So the default is output one. I'll say employee data one. But now it's not SAV, it's one. Not SPE. Data file is not SA. The output file is SPE. And you can press save. Now that file is also saved. Again, let me show you. Here, file, save. Then you can say, okay, PV and your name, meaningful name. Employee data one is PV. Right? And press save. Now you have two files in your folder. One is the data file. What's the other file? The output. So you have created your first data set in SPSS. Is it difficult? Not at all. It's not difficult at all. But then I took you again. So that's why I took again some time to teach you. Right. Okay. The break here. We shall take a break and shall meet around 5:20. Or I will go up to 6:30. Please have a small break and come back. And also I'll keep you. Have a small break and come back. After that, we'll discuss about how to do certain manipulation. Any questions? Is it clear? Oh, let's have a break.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Buddha. Yes.
Sir, this is Senaratna from Qatar. Actually, still I'm in a doubtful situation to continue the special or to exit and continue the professional one, sir. Will you be able to just give some insights?
Yes, Buddha. It's like this. Now, it's like this. That if you are going to stop from your general degree, that means you are going to the special degree, Buddha, then my recommendation is to do the research something. Research report something. Research report something. That's my
Yes,
and the other hand, if you are going to do the special degree, then doing this subject will make sense because they are you require the knowledge that you are getting in this subject to analyze your data. So that's the thing I would say.
So the issue is whether to continue. I mean, whether to continue or not. That's my issue. That's my concern actually.
Before that, you might ask, okay, sir, either calling the that's what aspiration. Now, if you are going to go in the typical academic path, like for example, doing a special degree, and particularly they are doing a in-depth research, and then put to do an MSc as well as a PhD. Then put doing a special degree makes sense because
Okay, sir.
education is there. But on the other hand, if your main objective is to excel in your professional career, then my recommendation is maybe you can stop from the general degree, then start an MBA.
Start an MBA, sir, right?
Because my recommendation, but again, my perception, my opinion, but you can think, yeah. And so then afterwards do an MBA because it's a post-graduate program. So,
Okay.
I'm not going to go in the academic path. If you are going to go in the academic path, then better go to special work with research, the special one, and stay for 1 more year. But on the other hand, if you are going to go in the professional path, right, then better you stop from the general one, and after that do an MBA.
Okay.
So the point.
Yeah.
Then 2 years. So that's only a 2-year degree. So you can save from the additional 1 year that you are doing. The 2 years, usually it's 2 years program. And then you have both first degree as well as a post-graduate degree. Take a look. So that's my opinion. I would say my opinion. But on the other hand, having a first degree and MBA would not never prevent you to do a PhD. Then, with the general degree of let's say you did a general degree and also an MBA, you can do a PhD as well later. You can special.
පස්සේ වුණත් අපිට academic වලට change වෙන්න පුළුවන් කියන්නේ සර් නේ.
ඒක පුළුවන්. ඒක පුළුවන්. මේ කාලේදී විශේෂයෙන්ම ස්පෙෂල් දෙයක් කරන්නේ සමහර රටවල් වල පුතා ඒගොල්ලන් ඉල්ලනවා ස්පෙෂල් ඩිග්‍රී එකක්. ඔනර්ස් ඩිග්‍රී කියලා නේ කියන්නේ. ඔනර්ස් ඩිග්‍රී එකක් ගන්න ඒතකොට පුතා ඉතින් ඔනර්ස් එකක් කරන එක හොඳයි. තමයි ඉතින් academic path එක යනවා නම් ඉතින් කරන එක හොඳයි. ඉතින්
ඔනර්ස් එක ඉල්ලන්නේ මොකටද සර් කියන්නේ MBA කරද්දී ඔනර්ස් එක ඉල්ලනවද සර් සමහර රටවල් වල?
ඒගොල්ලන් පුතා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ලකුණු වැඩි මේ ඔනර්ස් ඩිග්‍රී. සමහර රටවල් වලට ඇතුළේ පුතා ඒකේ දැන් PR එක ඒකට වීසා දෙන්නේ අර මොකක් හරි පොතේ ඉස්සරහ මොනවා හරි දෙන්න ඩිග්‍රී වලට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මොකද ක්‍රෙඩිට් එක 20 ක ඩිග්‍රී එකක් නේ. ඒකට ඒකේ ලකුණු පොඩක් වැඩි. ඒකේ ලකුණු වලට ඊගක් පිටවලා කරගන්න ඊට වඩා ලකුණු ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක නිසා ඒක
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so somewhat clear actually. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, by all means, my pleasure. කොහොමද ඒ රටේ? මේ නම් පුතා වයින් හොඳට. ඒක තමයි.
මෙහෙට ඉතින් කාන්තාරනේ සයිතින් අවුව තමයි.
ඕක තමයි ඒක. මතකයි මට මේ අපි කතා කරලා මේකට කීව තාම මතකයි.
Yes, 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 sir.
Do very well, Puta, and plan yourself. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll meet up once I come down, sir.
Oh, I'll be looking forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, you gave good insights. Like this for the students, you rather than lecturing, you guided us. Actually, it's very much helpful, sir.
Oh, what matters because finally, I would like to see you in time to come in 5-6 years in good positions, doing very well in your life, being very successful. So that's my happiness as a lecturer.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, good luck. Good luck. Thank you. You're looking for the question. Okay. So now you know how to create a data set in SP. Right? Now, one more thing I would like to explain. Certain other things that I would like to explain now. Here, if you look closely, there is something called missing data. Can you tell me where you can find missing data? Missing data in all. Now let me give you a small information. Tell you what's missing data. First of all, the missing data was about I'm thinking about missing data. Look at this question. First of all, it's asked us, what's your age? One question is, can you live in length? You can't. Everyone has an age. Can you live in length? You can't. So you might say, okay, 21, 22, 23. The next question. Are you married? Can you live in length? No, you have to choose whether you are married or not. So then it says, if you are not married, go to question number 4. Why? Question number 3 is what? How many children do you have? If you say you are married, if you are not married, then is question number 3 relevant? No, because unmarried people are not supposed to have kids. But we're supposed to have. But however, that's why it says you have to skip question number 3. You have to leave it blank. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Not applicable. If you are not married, you don't need to say how many children you have. So question 3 becomes irrelevant. But you say you are married. Let's say, for an example, the person says married, but not having yet kids. Then for question number 3, what's the answer? They just married, they have not yet got kids. Then question number 3 is, can you skip that? You can't. Then you have to tell what? See, you can't skip that because it's relevant. Till you don't have kids, you have 2 kids, you said. You have 3, you said. Then again, the next question is question number 4 to gender, male, female. Can you leave it blank? No, we have to answer that question. So now please keep this in mind very carefully. If you are supposed to give an answer and not given an answer, that becomes what? Missing data. But if you are supposed to give an answer but not given an answer, it becomes missing data. Answer का दिन होना था कि answer का दिन लगता एक missing data about a परिवर्तन. You are supposed to give an answer but not given an answer, it becomes what? Missing data. You are supposed to give an answer, but you are not given it. Then it becomes missing data. For example, you are not given the age. Now, can it be? Yes, sometimes people don't like to give their age, although they are supposed to give it. Or they might have forgotten to ask that. Maybe they got a phone call and they were distracted and forgot to ask that. So then it becomes missing data. But on the other hand, you are not married and you need to say the number of children you have. Then that's what? Blank data. You are leaving blank. Or you can say not applicable. Not applicable. So how many children? If you are saying not married, then question number 3 is not applicable. You can call it blank data. You have to keep it blank. You don't need to fill it at all. What was it? On the other hand, you are married but still not having kids. Then you have to say 0. That's called 0 data. That's called 0 data. You are married but not having kids yet. Then you will say 0 data. So I taught you 3 steps. Right? 0 data is you are married but not having kids yet. So you said it. So I taught you 3 steps: blank data, 0 data, and what? Missing data. Are those the same? No. In Excel, you cannot specify the difference. In Excel, it's blank. Even if you put 0, it will make it blank. But in SPSS, you can distinguish. Now, having that in your mind, now let's go to our data set. Now look at this and tell me, are there any missing data? Make दिया बाल again in data दिया. You know missing data. Well, the First observation, second observation, third observation, fourth observation, fifth observation. Second observation is missing. Why? The person is married, he's a male of 31 years, but he has not indicated the number of children. So I think I have make a black here. Now, fourth observation and fifth observation, D and E, the employees D and E, they are left with black. Is it correct? Yes. So they are married. It's not relevant. So ask them how many kids there. Right. So that's the difference you have to understand. Now I'm going to teach you how to specify missing data in SPS. Because if you go and see the SPS data set we have created, here you can see 1 is there, then 0 is there. It's not checking kids, but this is actually, these are 2 blanks, but can you leave it as blank? Without blank, it's missing. The respondent has not responded. Then we have to indicate spaces. That's what missing data. How can we tell a missing data is missing data? That's what I'm going to teach. So please write down missing data. Right. Specify missing data in SPS. Specify missing data. SPS. Specify missing data in SPS. Specify missing data in SPS. It's like this. If you want to specify missing data in SPSS, what you do is you usually put a very large number. Then that's missing. You tell SPSS this number as missing data. Consider this number as missing data. Now, for an example, here is number of kids now. You will specify 999, 999. Can I family have 999 kids? Then all I can put okay, and 9,992. So let's use 999 as missing data. So how to do that? This is how you will do that. You go to variable. First go to variable. And now to which variable you have missing data? One variable at the end, child care variable. Child care variable at missing data. Then child care variable at the missing here column. The missing property is there. And the missing property. A child care negative. Other missing property. Go to the missing property. Go to the missing property. And then go to this. That's over here. And then discrete missing values. Whether there are discrete missing values, can you tell? Discrete missing values. And then say 999. 99. A large value, a very large value. Very large value, 999. 99. Okay. So now we are telling SPSS treat 999 as what? Missing element. And then press OK. Right? 999 as missing. Press OK. Now go to data view and type here what? Then data view. Okay, then data view. Method type 999. Okay, and we specified in SPSS treat 999 as what? Missing. Then go to the data table and type 999. So tell that it's missing. Right? So you can see it's 999. Right. Now I'm going to ask a simple question from you. What's the average number of children in this case? Being a kid. What's the being a? 1 plus 999 is how much? 1000. Plus 0 is 1000. Divided by 3, how much is that? 334. So the average number of kids in this data set is 334. Do you agree? How the average calculate करा? हम कहते हैं कि कर लो. Without number of observations. Yeah. Because we are still on observation. Ikati. Namu siya na pwede na bigbo siya. Just like your ane. Ito lo ko din da. Kaya namu siya na may da. Ay bigbo din da. Ito yung dung gitu da. Tujuh di sana kaya. Nama tujuh di sana berapa ini number? Media set. No. Okay, wrong. You have ignored single Lanka. So you have 1 and 0. 1 plus 0 is 1 divided by 2. 2 by 2 observations. The average value is how much? 0.5. We don't say 0.5 piece, we say what? 1. Again, it's 0.5, right? Mathematically speaking. Can we ask SPSS to do the computation and tell us what would be the value you take? हमने SPSS से किया मुझे average value calculate कर लिया नहीं. Please take up. Calculating the average value, the brackets mean value, within brackets mean value of children in the data set. Correct question. Now write down the steps. First, you will go to analyze menu. Go to analyze. Just write down analyze and put a small arrow. Analyze can put arrow. Okay. Then go to descriptive statistics. Then go to descriptive. Right, that's how you take the command. Descriptive. So click on that. Then a nice dialog box appears. Then the dialog box appears. Always we see this kind of dialog box in SPSS. Then choose the variable that you want to calculate the number of kids. This is number of child. Number of kids, child. And then using this arrow, put that arrow. Child arrow again. So it went over. Then press now OK. Here there's OK. Press it. Then in the output window, as soon as you do that, in the output window, the output file, right, you will see an IST. I guess it's there, but here there's transmission, delay. Transmission delay. So what are you doing next time? Okay, fine. Okay. Now see, what's the mean value? 334. The 0.5. Can you see this? Let's try that thing. Always you try things, isn't it? We use magnifying. Follow me. On the left, right? Left and up. I'm not getting all this. It's really big. Maybe before sorry. What is it? That's it. Mean value is up. Point. I think screen you can see 0.5 is the mean, not 330. It says valid numbers 2. Only 2 employees have valid numbers. 2 are black and the other one is missing out of 5. So it's 0.5. That means it translates to 1. Another message or other just the number following point. We'll see we'll see the options. Right? Perfect. You homework for it. That. Asian stuck. How to give the magnifier? So give me a moment. Let's ask Google how to do it. How to focus and magnify. press the Windows logo key and escape. නැත්නම් කරන්න තියෙන්නේ Windows logo key and the plus sign or the minus sign. Then we need the escape. Wait a minute. Magnifier, what you need? Let's magnify a bit. And then you are going to be able to. Right, so it's it, right? That's the Windows logo key and the escape button. Good. So I think now you understood the difference between again the magnifier only. So you can see with 0.5. So did you understand the difference between 0, blank, and missing edge? That's it. So we also understood that property, right, of how to specify missing data. Then let me now teach you a variable naming properties. Now these you already answered. How many observations were there, subjects were there, and states it? How many variables were there? 8. Then the name, the type of the variable of name is what? What is the type? Numeric, the text, the date. Text. Age, numeric. Gender, numeric because we coded. Then date survey, that was date. Very good. So we understood this as well. Then now let's try to understand some naming rules in SPs. You cannot give the name as you want. I will demonstrate. Right. Now let's go to SPs. You don't need to do this, but you can just look at it, and I'll go to now these rules are listed here, but let me demonstrate. Now, once I go to the data set, now this is the data set, and if I go to the variable view, now these are the names. Can you see? The first column you have the names of the variable. But now let me show you certain things you cannot specify. Now let's say I'm going to give an existing name as the 9th variable. Can I do that? Can you duplicate an existing variable name? You can't. Shall we try? Yes, again, now age is there. So I'll again say age. Shall I type age? Yes, I could type, but again, if I want to go to the next one, what it says? It says this variable name duplicates an existing variable name. Duplicates are not allowed. In Excel, duplicates are allowed? Yes. And duplicate it. But here, in SPSS, it's a very systematic package. You cannot have duplicates. That's the next one is you cannot start a variable name with a number. ඉලක්කමක variable name එක පටන් ගන්න බෑ. Shall we try that? Let's say 1 එක කියලා බලලා income කියලා type කරමු. INC කියලා දාන්න. I type 1 INC. Is it allowed? No. See what it says. It says no, it cannot be done. It says variable name contains an illegal first character. What was the illegal first character? A noun. Then you cannot have any spaces within the variable name. Let's say EMP. I'm going to leave a space, one space and INC. Now I put a space. Is it allowed? No. Spaces are not allowed. Shall we try? This one. Variable name contains illegal character. What's the illegal character? Space. But if you really want a space, what you have to do? Put an underscore. Underscore. Shall we do that? Underscore. So you can see EMP underscore IS income. That should be X. That's X. In that case, you have to put an underscore. Paste the and more. And also you can have any combination of capital and simple letters. Now, for example, if I want to say like this. EMP AGE. I put capital simple. That's cool. Any combination. And also, the first character only cannot be a noun. But within that, can there be numbers? Yes. Any amount. Let's say age 1. That's age 1. Understood. These are some naming rules. And it can have 64 characters. Of course, it can have 64 bits. But I don't recommend make it short as possible. But give the label a meaningful label. Name then the label bigger. There are some reserved characters like AND old capital. Let's call a reserved character, reserved word. It's not allowed. Shall we try? Shall we try AND? AND. You will say it says name contains a reserved word. Likewise, there are certain naming rules that you have to keep in mind. So I have summarized it, and yes, we'll think it okay. And now you created 3 unnecessary variables. So this variable is unnecessary. So you can click on this one, the row, and then right click on it. Right click on it, and you can say clear. The variable will be gone. To delete a variable, you click on the row. Row it, click on right click. Click on that, and then press click. Entire row, then click on it and press. Right. Next variable also you want to, then what you do? You click on the variable, then right click and press. So these rules I have summarized it. Naming rules. Each variable must be unique, no duplicates. Duplicates are allowed. And the variable names can be 64 bytes long. And also it can have these kind of characters that mark, gate sign, dollar signs can be there, which I don't recommend, but you can have the message. You can have, but no spaces. Variable names cannot contain space. But other than it can have period, underscore, and text value. Then these are reserved verbs. A and D all caps, all, Y, EQ, GE, NE, likewise, these are not allowed. And also can be defined with any mixture of upper and lowercase capital. Right. And after the variable, within the inside the variable name, you can have numbers as well. Numbers are not allowed only where? At the beginning of a variable. But these rules do not apply for what? For labels. Variable label is not apply with name. Make a either. Let's go back to our slide show. Right. So those are the things. So do you have any questions now? Exactly. Now you know how to make this in a space. This one you are supposed to know when I go to win. What? But it's too late to do that. Right. So let's move forward. So I told you about variable types. I'll make a name define Lanka. That's the by India. You see. Okay. Now, out of these several types, what are the main three types that we'll be using? Types. What are the three types? Numeric, string, and date. We understood that as. Then also with. Right. Then I also explained to you how to specify missing data. Data. But give what? 9, 9, 9. Extremely large number. And I demonstrated that it's not applicable as well. So now let me take you to your first year where you studied statistics. That we finished, right? How are you? Right. Okay. So when it comes to a variable measurement, there are 4 levels. What are the 4 levels? So let's share the screen and explain you what are the 4 levels. What are the 4 levels? Four levels of measurement. Measurement of values. There are 4 levels of measurement. Level 1, nominal. Nominal means you can only name those variables. You can only classify those variables. There is no order. For example, gender variable, you can just give a name. That's all. Example, gender. Gender is a good example. You have 2 categories. That's all. You can give a name. Male, female. Can we say that males are superior than females or females are superior than males? No. It's only name. Religions. Religion is what? Again, a nominal. Can we say that a certain religion is higher than the other one or other one is higher than this? No. That's nominal. Then you have ordinal. Here what you can do is you can put things in order. Example, sweetness. Sweetness of soft drinks. Sweetness of soft drinks. There you can put in order. Very sweet, less sweet, like this you can put in order. We call it ordinary. Then you have interval. Interval. Example, Likert. Here the difference is, now when it comes to ordinal variable, right? When it comes to ordinal variable, now another example is that, of course, now one soft drink might be very sweet, the other one might be, now let's say you are running a race. Let me take another. So you are running a race. So this is the finishing line. This might be number one. Then number two might be here. Number three might be here. So my question is the distance between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 the same? So what you have done is you can just order that. That's all what you can. That's what it's called ordering. But the third level, which is what? Interval level, has equal intervals. If you take Likert scale, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the third level. Here the intervals are the same. That's why it's called interval, right? So if this is, let's say, highly dissatisfied, this is what? Dissatisfied. This is neutral. This is satisfied. And this is highly dissatisfied. Wonderful. Can you say this one over here? Extremely dissatisfied. You can't. Then it comes over here. The balance looks close. That's where equal intervals. That's why it's called interval. This is the third level. Interval. But in the ordinal level, the intervals are they equal? That's why we call interval. Interval. What's the fourth level? What's the fourth level? The best level of measurement is what? Ratio. 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 Ratio level and interval level, there's a difference. In interval level, there's sometimes no real zero. Now, when you study your O levels, ordinary levels, sometimes that the science teacher should have taught you a very important thing. So the science teacher taught us a lot of things. So, your science teacher should have taught you a very important property related to temperature. What's that? This temperature has a real zero value. Because if you say Celsius 0, there's a Fahrenheit value. If you say Fahrenheit 0, there's a Celsius value. Right? So there's no real zero. For interval level variables, remember there's no real zero value. Right? For interval level variables, no real zero. No real zero value. But for ratio level variables, there is a real zero well. Now let's say for an example, your bank account balance. If it says zero, is it real zero? Yes. Income. Variance. For examples, for interval level, you can take temperature. So what you have to understand is here there is real zero value. If you have real zero value, you could compute ratios like ROA, ROE, ROA, those are ratios. Right? So that's why we call ratio the highest level of measurement. The lowest level of measurement you cannot measure, you can only classify those variables. Those are called what? Nominal variables. Nominal. Then you have ordinal variables, you can put in order. Now it's better than nominal, but you can just put in order. The orders are not equally interval. Then we have equal intervals, the interval level variable like flickers. But the problem is what? There's no real zero value. There's a pseudo zero value. Then you will have to, the highest level of measurement is what? Ratio. Now, based on the level of measurement, you might need to choose. You might need to choose the analysis that you apply. Now, if the variable measurement is nominal, you cannot do regression analysis. You cannot perform correlation analysis. You can only you can do it type pair steps. Likewise, based on the level of measurement, you might need to choose what the level of the type of analysis. Don't worry about that, but just you will see why I'm telling this. So if you go to SPSS, right? If you go to SPSS, there are different level of measurements as well that you can specify. So that's why, in fact, I'm teaching you this. So I'll show you. So in SPSS, we have nominal level of measurement, ordinal level of measurement, and in SPSS, they have combined these two and they call it interval level. Not interval level, scale. They call it scale. Okay. Now let me show you. Yes. Now can you remember this? Right. Okay. You can even take down that. Now let's go to SPSS. I'll share my screen now for my computer. Now look at here. I'm in the variable view. In the variable view, you can see the measure. Can you see something called measure? Now, for example, if I go to the age variable and if I see the measure, you can see there are three levels. What are three levels? A, ordinal, and number. So based on the level, now what's actually age is what? Is it a nominal variable, ordinal variable, or scale variable? Age. Age is what? A scale variable. Why? Age can be measured. And if you say 0, there's a meaning for it. So you can specify as scale. Scale. But on the other hand, name, what's that? Name is what variable? It is nominal. You can give only a name, A, B, C, D. Likewise, you can specify whether the variable is nominal, scale, or ordinal. Now, for an example, like the satisfaction level. The satisfaction level is, you will call it interval. Right? So in that case, we can say that is scale. But gender is not variable. Gender is not variable. Remember, although we give 1 and 2, there is no order for that. Therefore, we can call it what? Or nominal. Right. SPSS will automatically give whether it's nominal, ordinal, whatever, keep it as it is. You don't need to worry. But I'm telling you, you might ask someday, "So what are these nominal, ordinal, and scale?" Now is it clear? Just these are some properties that you do. Why we do this? What's important? Because based on the nature of the variable, we have to choose a suitable statistical answer, which in the 8th topic I'll teach. Don't worry. Right. Okay, let's go back to our slideshow. So now you know several properties. So even the levels I had indicated. So nominal, interval, and these are there. Right. Okay, I think that's enough for him. Right. A little. Right. Almost now we have come to the end. And next day I'm going to teach you how you can import data from Excel to SPSS. If the data is already there in Excel, how to import that from Excel to what? SPSS. You don't need to retype. And also I'll teach you such other calculations in SPSS as well. And finally, right, we'll see how to do certain analysis. Okay. With that, then we'll conclude for today. Do you have any questions? So next time, please bring us something. That will then you can have hands. So hopefully next week we are going to have lectures. So we'll meet out. Please take. And go safe home. It says it's going to have torrential rains. That means extremely, strong rains. Good luck. Okay, students who are training online, thank you very much. Thank you very much for training online. We'll meet next.